great evening, beautiful people of this world, at whatever moment of time and point of place that you choose to, take the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope that you are having a great one and that you are making the very best out of your day. So, this morning I forgot my phone at the gym, and then I forgot the little thing that I used to put it on the tripod. So right now I got it sitting on top of the Bible, which is upside down, so I'm looking at an upside down cross. The juju started popping up into my head, but I'm gonna just leave it like that. I don't really believe in none of that shit or let it bother my vibes. But yo, check it. Yo, it's a great day, family. You're alive. If you're alive, it's a great day because you enjoy it. You've enjoyed this day. You've been able to take advantage of the opportunities and make the best out of, the time that you have been allotted by life on this day. You have been given opportunities to make decisions, and whatever choice you made, whatever decisions you went with, that is what is going to determine the eventual outcome of what ends up becoming of your life. And that's how it is, man. We can't blame anybody for whatever happens in our life. We are 100% in control. We can say, social constructs, this and that, the paradigm around us, this and that. We can make excuses. Jeff Bezos is a billionaire and da-da-da-da-da. Look at what Bill Gates. But at the end of the day, they can do whatever they do because they have the financial means to have the impact that they want to have, and they can move in whatever way they want to move, and they can influence whoever they want to influence. If we as individuals want to make a difference, we must choose our paths just as wisely. We must read the books. We must must sit down and listen to the people. We must take the actions that will ensure that 5, 10, 20, 30 years from now, we are better positioned to allow a foundation, a sense of direction, something that allows our children to take a trajectory in their lives that allows them to, end up creating something greater than what we may have been able to create in our own lifetime. That is our only purpose. Our purpose is to serve humanity, to serve ourselves, and to leave something positive, productive, and promising for the posterity that comes after us, i.e. our children. The good book says it. A father should leave an inheritance to their children. If you don't, that is a shame. That is a shame as a man that you came into this life and you lived this life and you died of old age and you left nothing. You left nothing to your posterity, and you left nothing of yourself behind to be remembered because of the impact that you had through that something that you ended up doing in this life. Like we look at an individual like Nikola Tesla, right? And, even though Nikola Tesla did not have the materialistic impact and influence on society, right, on our modern day society, that Thomas Edison, the financial individual that took advantage of the individuals that were coming up with technologies and innovations, because he had the financial means and the financial intellectual prowess to take advantage of these opportunities as they saw them come up, does not mean that this great individual, Nikola Tesla, still didn't have an impact. His work continued to influence our society till this day. The piece of refined material, rock and fossil fuel that I am talking through right now, through which I am creating this content that I will upload onto the web, was created first in the mind of this individual. The vision was brought forth by him back in 1920s. over 100 years ago, right? So even though he wasn't allowed because, you know, whatever times, his whatever he had didn't facilitate what he was born to create, does not mean that he stopped doing his work. He still did what he could with whatever he had. So he created these designs, right? These designs of which now an individual like Elon Musk, who created eBay, was able to take advantage of by buying these, you know, these blueprints from the intelligence agency of the United States that, you know, confiscated these documents when this great individual Nikola Tesla died, you know, in, I think it was like 46th Street in New York. You know what I'm saying? By himself. All he used to do was feed pigeons and create futuristic innovations that, you know, would function on the simple, free circulating, etheric, you know, non-Hertzian energy that is ever present around us. You know, that which is that which we call consciousness, which is the source of all life, from which each and every one of us has the capacity to reach into this infinite source of wisdom, abundance, richness, you know what I'm saying, and grab from and add to ourselves depending on what we need based on our own unique and authentic way of being. But it's going to take action. It is going to take much action. It is going to take much patience. It is going to take much persistence. It is going to take a lot of consistent self-discipline. It is going to take a lot of trial and error. You get what I'm saying? Persevering through the trials, through the errors, through the failures, through the losses, through the rejections, through the put downs, through the criticism, through everything. Because those things are the dirt, you know what I'm saying? The soil, the compost that is needed for this seed that we are to become the great bush, the great, you know, pine tree, fruiting tree, you know what I'm saying? That will spring forth from that compost, from that dirt, from that soil, from all that negativity, from all that darkness and all that nastiness into something great that is able to bring forth and provide society something of value. You know, I've been listening to my guy Earl Nightingale, and he was talking about something that I don't know if it was Isaac Newton or one of those. No, it was the other dude, the other white guy with the crazy hair. I forgot his name, but he was like, man was born to serve. You know, and I buy that just as much as, you know, my guy Earl Nightingale buys it as well. You know, man was born to serve. And when we look at our society today and we see the youth and the adult population and the senior population in complete loss and disarray, without any sense of direction, feeling purposeless, bored, depressed, anxious, stressed, you know what I'm saying, suicidal, lacking in confidence and self-discipline. We ask these individuals, why do you feel this way? And most of them are working dead-end jobs, occupation that keep them just over broke to pay bills, but doing things that they don't even enjoy doing, that they don't even see the value in what they're doing, that they don't even appreciate that they have the opportunity to do this, and they don't even appreciate the monetary, you know, compensation that they're able to receive from this thing. They don't even appreciate the light that they're able to keep on with the money that they make from the occupation that they don't even enjoy doing. Why? Because they don't enjoy the work. So because they don't enjoy the work, they don't appreciate the value that they get from the work. And this is why it is important for us to do what we have been born to do, rather than doing what society is injecting and projecting, indoctrinating, and, you know, inducing us to do. Obviously, some of us, we're going to flow into these fields and we're going to see some value and some purpose in these fields. But a lot of us, the great majority of us that are diagnosed with ADHD, you know what I'm saying, attention deficit disorders and all these other bullshit, we don't flow into these fields. Why? Because our creativity doesn't allow for that. Yo, for a great portion of my life, I thought myself stupid, yo. Until I grabbed the philosophy book, at 24. Until I heard the story of Malcolm X and how he felt stupid because he couldn't articulate himself in a manner that could relate to his family, how he was feeling about being in prison. And his story was what, inspired me, what kind of like sparked that light bulb in my eye, like, oh, this is why I feel how I feel. I feel stupid because up until now, all I've read is like 3 books in my whole life. And so that day I decided to change that. I decided to start reading. And then eventually I started listening to different people too. I was already taking the actions necessary to ensure that, I would feel fulfilled in the future. I was doing things that made me uncomfortable, that induced me to grow. Comfort is where dreams go to die, family. So when we consistently seek comfort without putting in a certain level of discomfort and work into our body, mind, soul, our emotions, into our vision, then our dreams do die in those comfort zones. But when you work on yourself, you're able to earn the comfort. And when you earn the comfort, you can actually enjoy it more peacefully. A lot of people think that, like they're doing a lot, because they're working 8 hours. And they feel as though they have no time. They feel as though they have no time because they're not thinking of how to better use their time in a meaningful and productive manner that allows for the greatest possible outcome in the long run. It's gonna take, us sitting down, taking out a piece of paper and writing down things. What do I want? Why do I want these things? The hows will become apparent over time, but what do we want? Why do we want these things? What are the things that I want to do? What was I born to do? What can I provide? What is that unique something within me that I wouldn't mind doing my whole life? Yo, it could be farming. It could be teaching. Look at Jordan Peterson. This motherfucker is almost internationally known. And he's a professor. He's a college professor. He's a teacher. He studies psychology, psychoanalyst, just like psychoanalyst, psychoanalyst, just like Carl Jung. You know what I'm saying? Just like Freud, Wilhelm Reich. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these great individuals that we still know to today. Freud was who Carl Jung learned from. And the individuals that created Netflix are nephews of Freud. And he was a psychologist, like, you know what I'm saying? And Peterson, he started uploading YouTube videos, you know what I'm saying, a few years ago. And his content, after 5 years of him, about 5 years of him uploading videos, his content started to go viral. And now at like 50 something, this guy's gone viral. You know what I'm saying? He's been traveling all over the world, all over the country, being interviewed by people. He's from Canada, being interviewed by people and just bringing out his, his wisdom, his perspective, his understanding on the psychology of human beings. You know what I'm saying? From his uniqueness. And that's just one individual in one profession. You got kids playing video games and uploading videos onto YouTube and creating a channel that's watched by, subscribed through by thousands of people, and like, it shit don't even make, some of the stuff that people can do something with doesn't even make sense. But a lot of it, you know, I tell my nephew, like, bro, listen, if you're gonna be playing video games all day, turn that fucking music off and put something positive in your ear. So that in the meantime, you're even though you're burning a lot of time procrastinating, playing video games, at least you're also educating yourself at the same time until you develop the intestinal fortitude, the purpose, the vision, and the clarity that allows you to begin to conduct yourself daily with a little bit of more purpose, with a little more direction, with a little more clarity. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have the discipline to do this one thing, start little, start small. It's the little things that matter. And we can't expect to be ready to do something. We can't wait to feel like we're ready to do something. We just got to get the shit done. We just got to get the work done. We got to, we got to plant the seed. As soon as we're like, oh shit, spring is coming around, let me start planting these seeds. I went and sparked up like 3 gardens around Jersey City. One in my mom's backyard, one in my backyard, and another one in my front yard. And sometimes I'll leave my apartment first thing in the morning with a bag of flower seeds in my back pocket. So if I see a little patch that I think makes sense, I get down like a weirdo and plant it. So that 3, 4, 5 months from now, I'll roll past it and I'll see it and I'll be like, oh shit, look at that. You know what I'm saying? And other people, that also, you know what I'm saying? Beauty makes people feel good. It makes people feel happy. Doing something good, somebody seeing you do something good for somebody else, that person could be feeling like shit, and they see you do something positive for somebody else, even though you don't see them seeing you do something positive for somebody else. That gives them something positive. That's crazy. That we can give other people a sense of value, meaning, and reason for why we should appreciate life through our actions, through our deeds. We've been born to serve, man. And the reasons a lot of our society seems the way that it is because a lot of people, they're functioning off of greed and self-serving. They're self-serving, self-righteous way of viewing themselves, that they think that they have nowhere to they have no need for improvement, and that's bullshit. The better you are as an individual, the more valuable you are to yourself, and the more valuable that you are to yourself, the more valuable you are to others. The more mindful that you are of your body, your mind, and your soul, the more valuable you are to others. The better your mindset, the more clear your skill sets will be, and the more opportunities you will see in your life as well. Mindset, skill set, opportunity. It's the same thing. Goes mind, body, and soul. You get what I'm saying? Hope, faith, and love. It's all there. You can't. We cannot disregard one for another. We cannot disregard one aspect of self for another. None is more important. All 3 of them must be in balance. You know what I'm saying? That's why the heart's in the middle. Like, one can go, like, your brain and your body can function without a heart, with an electronic heart, but it's not the same. It's not the same. There have been cases where individuals, were put an organ from another individual, and that person with the new organ started craving and started taking actions that the other individuals was taking. So we got to cleanse this by feeding this properly and fitting this properly. We got to treat these things properly. We got to do the things that we need, should, must, and have to do, even if we don't fucking feel like doing them. Yo, Word is Born, like, today I think I put in like anywhere between 4 to 5 hours of training, physical training. That's not even talking about the reading, the listening, the time that I invested in my nephew. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't able to work with my niece, but the time that I invested in my nephews today, talking to other people, building other people up. I ain't have the phone, so I wasn't able to share much content today, but I created some videos before I left the gym, right? So, and that's my work. You know what I'm saying? Creating these lives every evening. This is something that I've given myself to do because it is something that I have to do. I must do. I need to do. It's something that I should be doing. You know, and that's why I began doing this 2018, 4 years ago. Because everyone that I talked to, they would ask me like, yo, you should. Like the stuff that you talk to, you should record it. You should write a book. You should do this. You should do that. And I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, I know, but what? Nigga, start the fucking work. Stop making excuses. Do the fucking work without any complaint. Do what you can with what you got, wherever the fuck you are. If you don't got no intro, you don't got none of this shit, do it. Eventually, you'll meet the people that will say like, yo, I seen some of your stuff. I can actually help you with this, and that. I'm like, all right, let's work. You get what I'm saying? But until those things come, you got to do the work. I damn near got almost 600 videos. I can feel good about that shit. And I appreciate the people that, inspired, that influenced, that encouraged. You know what I'm saying? That encouraged rather than discouraged. That asked questions, positive, inquisitive, and directing questions rather than just criticizing. And this is why gratitude is important. Always thanking the Most High. Always thanking the Most High, because the Most High is each and every one of us. So when you thank somebody, you're thanking God. That's how I see it. When you thank something, you're thanking God. When you give thanks for food, you're thanking God. So in all things we do them with thanksgiving. For all circumstances, good or bad. And we just continue to embrace the suck as it comes and enjoy the pleasures as they come as well. This is, to me, the meaning of superconscious living. That's why I call my IG page is that. Initially, it was superconscious thought, because I believe, that my thoughts were like fucking super conscious. You know what I'm saying? But now, that page was deleted, so I had to create superconscious living. Right? Because the way that I'm living, I believe that I'm living supremely conscious. And I aim to do it daily. Through the physical exertions that I demand out of my body, through the physical investment, through the mental and intellectual and requirements that I place upon my mind, on my consciousness to grow and to expand, so that I can reach and impact and influence and inspire and inform and invite more individuals into this way of living and into my spirit through meditation, through silence, through appreciation, through thankfulness, through hopes, through visualization, through loving myself, through appreciating everything that I do for myself and that others do for me and for the life that is. Like, yo, this is beautiful, man. Life is beautiful. Life is great. And the reason we have so much gaggle fuck in the world is because many of us refuse, or many of us are ignorant, gullible, stupid, arrogant, prideful, self-seeking, self-righteous, to see how a lot of the problems is within ourselves. It all starts with self. So, you know, that's life. Do what you can with what you got wherever the fuck you are. Don't complain. Don't pity. Meaning don't bitch. And don't feel sorry for yourself. Embrace the suck that is. Make the best out of it. And appreciate it. Appreciate the rejections, the losses, the failures, the lessons, the setbacks. Those are all bricks for your cathedral, for your kingdom. You get what I'm saying? Those are all bricks for you to build your kingdom. That's all compost and nourishing bullshit, the soil that is needed for you to grow the seed that is you, and to transmute yourself from lead into gold, to manifest yourself into what you think is nothing into something that is worth, you know what I'm saying, admiring, appreciating, feeling proud of, and sharing with others. Know thyself, love thyself, be your very best self. Strive for excellence in everything that you do. And listen, you ain't never gonna have to die with any feelings of regret. That I can promise you. I can fucking promise you that right now. If you do the best that you can at every moment of time and in every point of space and in every place that you have the opportunity to express yourself, if you do your most excellent work, if you are your truest and most authentic self, humble enough to learn and proud enough to know what your value is, if you share yourself selflessly, wholeheartedly, without expectations and with love, and you appreciate everything that life brings into you, every experience, good or bad, I promise you, you will not die a regret-filled life. Because you will be living. You will be pouring yourself into life. And the more that you pour into life, the more life pours into you, family. The more we invest into life, the more we reap the dividends and rewards of our investments. Life is truly reciprocal. Truly reciprocal. We came out of our mother's womb and we fed on her breast until we were old enough. We've been being helped and assisted and guided by life from the moment that we left the womb. Had we or not a mother, had we or not a father, had we any or no family, I guarantee you, somehow, somewhere, someone, something assisted you into growing into the individual that you now are, and that is now watching and or listening to this message. There is a reason why you're still alive. It is your task, it is our task as individuals to figure out what that reason is. What miracle, what blessing, what purpose, what duty, what mission we are meant to accomplish with our life, with our time, and with the consciousness that we embody at those moments, at those times, and in those places that we find ourselves. So other than that, that's all we got for this day, for this evening. Ain't nothing but love, family. Keep living a supremely conscious life. Do the best that you can wherever you got with whatever you can do. Have a great one.